So the holiday season is here, and I decided to pick up a couple of budget RCs that I figured would make good gifts for your loved ones or maybe even yourselves. These are all going to be RCs that are priced around under $100. The first one here is a KFPlan KF32. This is a 1/64th scale Jeep base type of vehicle that has a camera on top of it so you can drive around and record things. So this comes in two different body styles. We have a Jeep Gladiator style body and your normal everyday Jeep Wrangler. As you can see here, I opted for the Jeep Gladiator. They do offer ones without a camera, but I wanted the full package, so got the Gladiator, has the camera, and I think it comes with a mount for your phone, so you can put your phone on the transmitter. All right, let's see what's in this box. So I'm hoping we have everything so we can get our little FPV experience, and I'm also interested in seeing what the range is like with this thing. All right, so first thing, we have our little manual here. Then we have a little handheld controller here. Obviously this is a toy grade RC, so I'm not really expecting much out of it, but I will like to see how far we can drive this thing in like the FPV mode and if the quality is any good. So if the quality is really horrible, then this thing might be not even worth the money. As you can see here, we have a power button, then we have our speed setting, and then I believe this is cruise control, and this is like a demonstration mode. Overall, very basic little handheld controller. We'll see how it works. Next up, we can see we have our little phone holder that goes on top of the transmitter, and this is the camera. HD quality, it says. I'm not sure what the definition is, but it says, high definition. I think it's gonna be like 720 or something like that. You also get a USB-C charging cable and a Phillips screwdriver. Last but not least, we have our little Jeep style RC. What does this say there? Penetrate dawn. Ooh, okay.
I will attempt to penetrate. You will attempt to resist. Prepare yourself.
Looks like you get headlights, taillights, and a spare rim. So looks like they couldn't fit the rim and tire, so they were just like, you know what, let's just plop the rim on there. This thing does have a suspension, which I didn't think it would have, but yeah, has a suspension. Also has a trailer hitch right there, so maybe they have trailers for it. Yeah, overall not too bad. I think the body's metal as well. You see it has that little charging port right there, and also a steering trim little switch there, so you can make sure this thing goes straight. Let's just see if the camera plops right on this little magnet. Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah, so it magnified right on. Wow, that's kind of cool. You can like spy on people with this thing. Check to see if my son's doing his homework. Let's just see how we put the phone mount on. Looks like it just snaps on into place, slides in, and yeah, there you go. And then you can extend this, so if you have a bigger phone, smaller phone, it should work for them all. All right, I do want to mention that this controller takes 3 AAA batteries. So let's power it on. Power the little RC on. There's your headlights, taillights. That is cool. Looks like the steering is non-proportional, so it's all or nothing. But the speed you can control, so I am doing that. So that is good. Let's see how fast this thing is on the first speed. Not too bad. The power builds up gradually. All right, let's put on high speed. Whoa. Camera almost can't keep up with it. The camera can't keep up, but I think it can do a wheelie. Yeah. All right, that's cool. Back up, full throttle. All right, let's just see how this thing does off-road. I'm not expecting much because this is a 1/64th scale, but it should be able to go over this little terrain here, which it does. Not too bad. Obviously, it can't go over anything big because this thing is tiny. Yeah, it holds its own. Got stuck on a tiny little twig. But yeah, not a bad little toy. You're probably better off using it inside your house, but it was advertised that it can go off-road, so here it is, going off-road. Not too bad, I gotta say. Fun little toy for a young little kid, that's for sure. Let's see if we can crawl up this right here. Yeah, it does it. Now I do gotta say that trying to use the camera is absolutely useless. I am not getting a live feed. And I have really good connection out here, and yeah, I am barely getting anything. So maybe that's just something you have to use inside your house with a good Wi-Fi signal, but yeah, I'm not getting no camera feed with this out here. And this is on the high speed. Yeah, I went over that. All right, so before I go, I just want to make sure this camera works and we get a live feed in my house using Wi-Fi. So I have the car on, I have it connected to my Wi-Fi signal, so I'm just gonna hit play. And boom, it's working now. You can see the feed here. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it is not bad. The quality is not awful. It's not very good, but not terrible. So I'm just gonna hit this button here. Let's see if I can zoom out on the camera a little bit because it is really zoomed in. And I believe this is what controls it, but nope. Does nothing. Let's see if I can steer. So the camera is on, but we are not steering. The car is not going, so I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but the app is kind of glitchy. Also, this little prompt comes up. It's not in English, but I did translate it and had something to do with the range, I believe. But I believe this is the confirm button. And yeah, I got nothing. But at least the camera works, so that's a good thing. I'm gonna do my best to show you guys on screen. Yeah, there you go. So it works. So yeah, this RC is best used inside. It might work outdoors for someone else if they get this RC, but for me, it was not working outside. So, but overall, not a little bad RC for 30 bucks. Kind of sad that the camera didn't work outside because I really wanted to see how far this thing can go. But what do you think about this little RC? Do you want to see more of these? Maybe more expensive ones with higher quality cameras and whatnot? Comment down below. Let me know.